In today's lecture, we are going to solve a numerical based on FSI, and here today we are going to apply a method, and that is plinth area method. So we will be using plinth area method to calculate the approximate cost of a particular structure that is given to us. So first of all, we will read the numerical and then we will try to extract a data from it. So numerical says that prepare the approximate estimate for RCC frame structure, which is a residential building, to be constructed in a Mumbai having a plot area of 20 meter by 30 meter. The FSI of a particular region, that is Mumbai, here is 2.5. Consider the rate of construction of superstructure as 7,000 rupees per meter square. So assume a suitable data and try to find out the approximate cost. So here we have to find out the approximate estimate or a preliminary estimate of this particular structure. So we are going to use a plinth area method. So the basic things that we need to calculate is first of all is a plinth area. So what data is given to us? So first, the type of building. So type of building is RCC frame structure. It is a residential complex and in a Mumbai region. Okay, so this is the data which is given to us. Then it is having a plot area. So plot area is given. So plot area is 20 by 30 meters. FSI of this particular region. So FSI is given to us and that is 2.5. So what is this FSI? FSI is nothing but floor space index. So what is this particular floor space index? Floor space index is nothing but a total built up area upon plot area. So total built up area divided by plot area will give us the FSI of 2.5, or it can also be called as a maximum buildable area. Maximum buildable area divided by again a plot area, or we can also denote it as FSI is equal to plinth area divided by plot area. So this FSI is given to us as 2.5. okay. The next data is given to us, and that is consider a cost of construction of superstructure as 7,000 rupees per meter square. So cost of construction of superstructure is 7,000 rupees per meter square. Okay, so this much of data is given to us, and from this we will have to find out a plinth area, because we are solving this numerical using a plinth area method. So a plot area is given to us, that is 20 meter by 30 meter. FSI is given to us, that is 2.5. So from this we can calculate the plinth area. So the first step will be a calculation of plinth area. So plinth area here we are calculating using FSI into plot area using this particular equation. So plinth area will be equal to plot area into FSI. So FSI which is given to us is 2.5 and plot area is 20 by 30. So this particular plinth area, if we calculate this particular equation, works out to be 1500 meter square. So plinth area is 1500 meter square. So now we are once we have got a plinth area, the next thing that we need to find out is the cost. So cost of construction of superstructure will be equal to, let's say the quantity, that is plinth area, is given to us. So plinth area into cost of construction of unit of a plinth area, that is given to us as 7,000 rupees. So plinth area we have calculated, so that is 1500 meter square multiplied by, this is the cost per unit plinth area, is nothing but the rate of construction. So this rate is given to us as 7,000 rupees per meter square. So this meter square will get cancelled, and we will get the cost of a construction of a particular structure, or in this case we will get the cost of construction of superstructure. So this particular equation will give us the cost, and that is 1 crore 5 lakh rupees. So this much of amount is required for cost of construction of a superstructure. So once we have calculated the cost of construction of superstructure, the next thing that we will have to find out is cost of construction of substructure. So cost of construction of substructure, we will get this from 20% of cost of construction of superstructure. So cost of construction of substructure is equal to 20% of cost of superstructure. So this 20% of 1 crore 5 lakh rupees will work out to be 21 lakh rupees. Okay, so this much of amount is required for cost of construction of a substructure. So total cost of construction of a structure, total cost of construction of a structure will be cost of construction of a superstructure plus cost of construction of a substructure. So 1 crore 5 lakh rupees plus this 21 lakh rupees. So total cost of construction of a structure will be 1 crore 26 lakh rupees. Okay, so total cost of construction of a structure will be 1 crore 26 lakh rupees. So once we have constructed this particular structure, the next thing is we have to provide some services also. So the third step of this particular numerical will be, we have to find out the additional cost for provision of a services. So which kind of a services we will provide? So we will have to provide a water supply system. So water supply service will be there. Then we will have to provide sanitary services. We will have to provide electrification services. Some architectural expenses we have to bear for a particular construction work. So architectural services are there. And the last type of services will be miscellaneous services, or some other services that we will provide for a particular structure. So this will depend from project to project. So other services are there, and for provision of all these things we have to consider a certain amount to be kept in a reserve. So for water supply system, we have to provide a water to a particular structure. So water supply we have to provide, and for this water supply system we'll have to consider certain amount in a reserve. And for construction of a water supply system, we have to consider 5% of a total cost of construction of a structure to be kept in a reserve. For sanitary services, again it is in a range of 4 to 5%. In a calculation purpose, we will consider it as a 5%. Again, miscellaneous and other types of services, it will again require 5% of the total cost of construction of a structure. For electrification work, we will consider 9% of the total cost of construction of a structure, and for architectural services we will consider 1% of a total cost. Okay, so this 5% of 1 crore 26 lakh rupees will work out to be, let's say, 6 lakh 30,000 rupees. So this much of a amount we should keep in a reserve for provision of this water supply system, which will involve the provision of pipeline and everything. So for this thing we will have to keep 6 lakh 30,000 rupees to be kept in a reserve. Similarly, for sanitary services, 5% of 1 crore 26 lakhs, so it will again work out to be 6 lakh 30,000 rupees. Similarly, for some miscellaneous services or for other services, we'll have to provide the same 5%, that is 5% of 1 crore 26 lakhs. So this will work out to be 6 lakh 30,000 rupees. Okay, so for electrification work, we have to provide 9% of the total cost of construction of a structure. So this 9% works out to be 11 lakh 34,000 rupees. And for architectural expenses, we'll have to pay some architectural charges. So for that, 1% amount should be kept in a reserve. So 1% of 1 crore 26 lakh. So this will work out to be 1 lakh 26,000 rupees. So when we have to find out the total cost of construction of a services, so total cost for providing a services, so if we have to find out this aspect, then that will be equal to water supply system plus sanitary services plus electrification plus architectural plus miscellaneous services. So total cost of provision of services will involve the cost for water supply, sanitary services, electrification work, architectural expenses and miscellaneous services. So we'll have to add all these things so that we will get the total cost of construction of these services. So this total cost of construction of these services works out to be 31 lakh 50,000 rupees. Okay, so once we have calculated the total cost of construction of a structure and total cost of construction or provision of a services, the next thing that we'll have to find out is the overall cost of construction. So overall cost of a construction is the next thing. So this overall cost of construction is nothing but the cost of construction of a structure plus cost of providing a services. So we'll add these two things and we will get the overall cost of a particular project. So total cost of construction of a structure is 1 crore 26 lakh rupees, whereas the cost of providing a services is 31 lakh 50,000 rupees. So if we add these two things, we will get the total cost of construction or the overall cost of a construction. So once we have calculated this overall cost of construction, the next thing that we need to calculate is the additional cost which is required for the various heads. So additional cost for 3 heads we have to find out. So additional cost for contingency, then work charge establishment, that is work charged establishment, and tools and plants and machineries. For all these things we have to consider some additional amount, and for contingencies we have to consider 5% of the overall cost of construction. As per CPWD norms, we have to consider 2 to 2.5% as the work charge establishment charges, and tools and plants and machineries, it will consume 1% of the overall cost of a project. Okay, so what are these contingencies? Contingencies are for some incidental expenses that we cannot predict at the time of planning of a project. So for all such incidences like accidents and damages and everything, we will have to keep certain amount in a reserve, and that amount is approximated as a 5% of the overall cost of construction. And why it is considered for the overall cost? Because this accidents or mishaps or damages can occur in a structure also and can occur while providing a services also. So this contingency is for the overall cost of construction. So 5% of this 1 crore 57 lakh 50,000 rupees will work out to be, let's say, 7 lakh 87,000 rupees. Okay, so as per CPWD norms, we have to provide 2 to 2.5% for work charge establishment and 1% for the overall cost of the project for tools and plants and machineries, but this percentage are too negligible or too small for any kind of a project. So for any private projects or anything, so what we will do is, while solving a numerical, we will add these two heads, that is work charge establishment plus tools and plants and machineries. So for this particular combination, what we will consider is, we will consider 10% of a cost of a project or 10% of overall cost of a project to be kept in a reserve for these two heads. So 10% of overall cost we will consider for work charge establishment and tools and plants and machineries. So this 10% of 1,57 lakh 50,000 rupees works out to be 15 lakh 75,000 rupees. So whenever we have to calculate the grand total of a particular project, so grand total or the approximate cost of a particular project will be the overall cost plus all this additional cost which are required for contingencies plus work charge establishment plus tools and plants and machineries. So overall cost will involve the cost of construction of structure plus cost of construction of these services. So overall cost will give us everything. Then contingencies are some incidental charges. Work charge establishment is for the supervision of a particular project or technical supervision work is there. For that, the work charge establishment is required. And for tools and plants and machineries, as every project will require some type of machineries, so this cost will look after that particular aspect of a project. So approximate cost will be the summation of all these things. So it will be overall cost, that is 1,57 lakh 50,000 plus contingency, that is 7 lakh 87,000, and this work charge establishment and tools and plants and machineries, that is 15 lakh 75,000 rupees. So if we add all these things, then I will be able to get the grand total or approximate cost of a particular project, and that is 1,81 lakh 12,500 rupees. Okay, so this will be my approximate cost of a construction of a particular structure.